Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to be here. My name is David Talski. Oh, you did. Emphasis. I'm one of the founders of TF Arms. I'm here today with my partner, Josh Fountain. He's also one of the founders as well. And what I'll go ahead and get out of the way first is our logo. First thing people ask me is, what does the TF stand for? Talski Fountain. It has its benefits because people glance at it real quick and see ATF. It has its perks too. We get a lot of free stuff or people get out of our way really quickly. So getting that out of the way, TF Arms. A little bit about who we are and how we got started. I wouldn't say we're gun fanatics. There's definitely gun fanatics out there, but we're gun enthusiasts. A little bit different. It was a hobby. We both enjoyed firearms. We both enjoyed shooting. And we started looking into taking it beyond a hobby. We had a lot of support. And the reason why we had so much support is kind of our reputations. Josh is a marketing guy and I'm a sales guy. And we can find a deal. People would come to me and say, I'm looking for this gun. Can you find it for me? And I could probably beat anybody on the pricing. And I wasn't even in the business. It's kind of like selling cars. After you sell so many, eventually you need to become a dealer. And that's kind of where we were getting to. So then we started looking into developing a business. And of course, going home and talking to your wife and saying, hey, honey, I want to start a business. You can imagine how that goes over. I want to open up a gun store. Well, my wife really wasn't as competent as I may be with firearms, so she was a little nervous. So we kind of test marketed a little bit with our friends and family. And my wife was surprised. Everywhere we went, what? You're going to open up a gun store? Where? When? So we started feeling empowered a little bit. So in February, we incorporated TF Arms LLC. We started looking for a small location. We applied for our FFL license to the ATF. And it just seemed like everything happened almost ahead of what we expected. Like almost God had a plan. It was there. He was blessing us along the way. So we kept moving on. February 17th, we had our April 17th, we moved into our location off 8th Street, small little 400 square foot facility. The ATF approved our license. We opened up for business. Pretty much effectively May 1st. Exciting. We had people at our door. We were a little different. Talking about a concept of a gun store, of course, we traveled around, we looked at other stores. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? Well, we started looking at a bigger spectrum of who's doing marketing right. And we really looked into an Amazon-style business. Everybody knows Amazon. It's put a lot of local people price conscious because Amazon can pretty much beat anybody in price, and now with Amazon Prime, you can get it quickly. Well, that's the dynamic we kind of set up for our gun store. We don't inventory a whole lot. We carry the basics, things if you need a concealed carry or more of your common firearms. But we have 26,000 items on our website from day one. So what does that mean to you? What did it mean to me? It means, number one, I don't have to dig deep in my pockets and spend 30 grand and inventory a store like my competitors do. I keep my overhead low. I'm in a small 400 square foot facility, which in essence is a pickup point. And I can offer more, really, in the long run than my competitors, 26,000 items. So now comes my partner, and his expertise is marketing. How to tell people to find my website, our website, how to find us. So moving on a little bit, I'll kind of tell you how that's worked for us. The concept beyond that, or actually complementing that, is being different. My wife runs the store. She's there from 9 to 5 or 9 to 2 Sundays, depending on school. The dynamic that goes with that in our small store is the approachability of a woman in a gun business. We started thinking about the concept, again, from day one. My wife would not stop at a pawn shop to shop for a concealed carry weapon. She just didn't feel comfortable. She felt like it was a man's environment and that a man would say, this is what you need, this is what you do, this is what I'm gonna charge you. No education, no training. So it tends to limit the female marketplace. Well, we've educated my wife. She's been in the store now since May, and she's done very well. And people love that dynamic. Even men. I've had a couple men come in and they know way more than she does, and it was intimidating to her at first, but she's learning. And now those same men come back into my store and see how we're a little bit different. We're very customer service oriented. Amazon, everybody knows Amazon Prime. Very quick, typically 2-day shipping, right? With myself and the dynamic we have, even yesterday, somebody shows up at my store before 3 o'clock, they order a firearm, I have it by 10 o'clock the next day. So if I could do that and beat everybody else's pricing, would you wait an extra day? Most people would. It's kind of why Amazon is so successful. So with that, I can offer all the products and of course give the best pricing. So the whole idea, I like it where he has here in parentheses, you will not always find us behind a display case. Our goal is to get out and be involved in the community. It's kind of why we were excited to be here. We want to be involved in different communities, like on Top of the World. We have an arrangement with them. We're going to start in the spring. We're going to be doing training in their community centers. We're currently training out of Silver Spring Shores Community Center. The training side, I would also say, is probably one of the most important, passionate things to me. You might have a concealed carry permit, you may have a firearm, but if you're not trained to use it, it really doesn't do a lot of good. And that's kind of, wrapping this part up. That's really, really what we're about, is the training. I could care less if I sell you anything. I hate to say that. It probably goes against everything marketing-wise. But saving somebody's life or teaching you how to save yourself or somebody else's and doing it properly and being educated is probably, well, it's not probably, is the most important thing to us. If you look at our company motto, training you to be prepared, equipping you to stay safe. Training comes first. We've got to have that. I can't have that on my conscience. We do things different than a lot of the other trainers. I am a national firearms instructor, and I'm different. I can tell you I've sat through a lot of other classes, and ours are a little different. We are very hands-on, very engaged. There's a couple of questions you got to ask yourself. Can you and should you when you carry? Should you even pull? A lot of people think they're John Wayne. It's not like that. We need to make sure you understand the law. Growth. We've kept our dynamic simple. We have just recently moved into Chelsea Square, which is off of Silver Springs Boulevard. We've gone from a 400 square foot facility, just a little bit bigger, to a 1,200 square foot facility. Our walk-in traffic is amazing from Chelsea's coffee shop. For all y'all that get your coffee there, thank you, because you're why we're there, the exposure. And what we're looking to do to grow is we've kept our dynamic so simple, our overhead extremely low, and I don't have to inventory, is opening up multiple locations. And that doesn't necessarily mean taking somebody green, but it might be another small firearm store that's not successful for us to come in and look at why. Are you overhead? Is your overhead too high? Is your inventory too deep? Are you inventorying the right items? So that's kind of where we're going. We're excited. We're new, but we've been blessed. Some days we feel more popular than Mickey Mouse at Disneyland because everybody seems to be excited what we do, and that's because of y'all. So I want to thank y'all for letting us be here today. Any questions?